Hello students, we are solving exercise 14.1 and we come to question number 4. Question number 4 is identify multiple lines of symmetry, if any, in each of the following figures. So here figures are given and we have to identify the line of symmetry. So for that, now without using mirror we have to find. So for that, the simple method I am showing you, use your scale and put this way. So this will make a line of symmetry. Okay, so you have to just assume that this scale is your line of symmetry, and now you have to observe the parts. Because of this scale, this figure is divided into two parts, so we have to see the two parts. If these two parts are identical, then we can say that this line of symmetry where we have put our scale, it is a line of symmetry for this figure. So here I have put this scale in this way vertically, so we can see that these two figures are identical. Because of this scale, this figure is divided into two parts. This is one part and this is another part, and these two parts are identical, and that's why where I have put the scale, it is our line of symmetry for this figure. Now we have to find another line of symmetry if it is there. So now we will move our scale clockwise. Okay, so we are moving. So here we are not getting identical figure. Okay, we will move the figure. Okay, so here, so at this point I am getting identical figures. Okay, so this is our another line of symmetry. So this way we have to do line of symmetry. So I am drawing line of symmetry. So by moving scale, I found three line of symmetry in this figure. 1, 2, and this one 3. Now next one. For this figure we have to find. Same way we will do. So first of all, as this figure is square, and we know that in square there are 4 lines of symmetry, and where is it is? One is from middle vertical line, another one horizontal, and 2 diagonals. So that way only first we have to put the scale. So if we find to find line of symmetry, so first I am putting this scale vertically, okay, from middle of the square. So here now we have to see these two figures, the division we have to see. If these two are identical, then this is line of symmetry, and yes, it is identical. So therefore this line is line of symmetry for this figure. Now another one is horizontal line, and another one is this one. This is another line of symmetry which I have drawn. When we put diagonally the scale, we will not get identical parts. So that's why this one is not a line of symmetry. So in this figure we will get two lines of symmetry. Now third one, triangle. It is equilateral triangle. So as we know that in equilateral triangle there is 3 lines of symmetry. So that way only we have to put the scale. So here I am putting here the square, and as we can see that these two parts, these two divided parts are identical. Okay, so when we fold this figure, we will get these two parts coincide with each other. So that's why this is one line of symmetry. Same way here, if I put the scale, so also I am finding these two parts identical, and they, of course, they will coincide when we fold them. So it is another line of symmetry. And this way, if I put the scale, and also these two parts are also identical, and when we fold it, it will coincide each other. So this is another line of symmetry which I am drawing here. So for this figure we have found 3 lines of symmetry. Now we will come to this part. This is a square. So now first of all we will put this way vertically scale. These two parts are not identical, so this is not our line of symmetry. Then we will put horizontally, and this is also not identical, so this is not our line of symmetry. Now we will put diagonally, as this is square, so we will put diagonally. Yes, here we can see that these two parts are identical. When we fold from this line, this figure, we will get these two parts will be coincide with each other perfectly. So therefore this is our one line of symmetry. Now we will check for other part. Here if we get, yes, here also we will get a line of symmetry. So in this figure we will get 2 lines of symmetry. Now we will move forward. Number E, this figure there. So here we have to find line of symmetry. So first of all we will put vertically scale, and now we have to check. So here we are finding any line of symmetry. Yes, one line of symmetry. Now we will put vertical, horizontally we will put, and yes, we are fine. So it is identical figures we are finding, so we will draw another line of symmetry. This is second line of symmetry. Now we will do diagonally, we will put scale, and here also two parts are identical, so this is another line of symmetry, and another diagonal. Yes, these two parts are identical, so that's why this is. So here we have found 4 lines of symmetry. Now F. So here first of all we will put in middle vertically the scale, and now we have to see. Yes, we can see that these two parts which are divided, they are identical, so when we fold them we will get these two parts coincide each other perfectly. So therefore this is one line of symmetry. Now we will check this way. Horizontally, no, these two parts are not identical, and vertically we do not have to do, as these two parts are not identical. So in this figure we will get only one line of symmetry. And then next, this one figure is made up of square and circles, half circles. So here first of all square there, so we will put vertically in middle of square, this square, and now we have to show, we have to see that these two parts are identical or not. Yes, these two parts are identical, so this is one line of symmetry. Now we will put horizontally, and yes, these two parts also are identical, so we will put, so 2 lines of symmetry. Now we will put diagonally. Yes, these two parts also are identical. Now we will put another diagonally, and yes, these two parts are also identical. So in this figure we got 4 lines of symmetry, and in this question, this last line of symmetry we have to find in this figure. So this is complicated figure, so we will move step by step. So first of all, in center we will put vertically a scale. Now we have to see, now here this figure is identical, we can see here. Yes, these two parts are identical, so this one is our line of symmetry. Now we have to move this way, slowly we have to move, and we have to see. Okay, so at this part we will get two identical figures, so this is another line of symmetry. Next we will have to move figure this way. Okay, here also we will get line of symmetry. Now we have to move. Okay, this part also we will get line of symmetry. Now we have to move this way. Yes. So here also we will get line of symmetry. Now we will move further. Okay, at this point we will get line of symmetry. Okay, and we get back. So how many line of symmetry we have found? This is 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5 and 6. So total 6 lines of symmetry we have found in this figure. Next question, question number 5. Take any one diagonal as a line symmetry and set a few more squares to make the figure symmetric. Make the figure symmetric about a diagonal. Is there more than one way to do that? Will the figure be symmetric about both the diagonals? So in your textbook, this figure is given. This figure is made up of 4 squares, 4 by 4. That is, it is a square figure. In that, and this square figure is made up of 4 small squares, 4 by 4. That is total 16 squares. And in that square, these 4 small squares are already shaded. So these 4 squares are shaded. And now what we have to do, the question is given that use one diagonal line. So we will draw one diagonal. That is one line of symmetry first we are drawing. So this line we have to consider as a line of symmetry. And that way now we have to shade the other small squares such that this line of symmetry will be the line of symmetry for this figure. So here now we have to see same way. So here this shaded part is there and here shaded part is not there. So here we have to shade one part. Then for this part, so here this part we have to shade. And for this part we have to shade this part, and this part we have to shade. So first of all we will shade so after shading the parts, now this is our line of symmetry for this figure. As we can see that when we put the scale, these 2 parts are identical. So that's why this diagonal is our line of symmetry. Now we will see another diagonal. Yes, this is another diagonal, also a line of symmetry. So that we will draw here. Okay, so this way we can do. Now second question is that, is there more than one way? So now same way I have shaded this another square also, which is having same 14 small squares equals 14 small square. So now I have shaded. Now we have to find another way, not diagonal, another way on any there. So from there we can find any more line of symmetry. So here, as we know that this is square, so first of all we will check vertical line. Vertically at the center we have to put the scale in this square. So now we have to see, now we can see that this is a line of symmetry. So we will draw this line of symmetry. And now we will check for this horizontal line, and yes, it is also a line of symmetry. So the first question was that diagonally figure was given. Diagonally we have drawn one say line, okay, dotted line, and to make this dotted line of symmetry for this figure, we have shaded some parts, some small squares of this whole square. By shading these squares, we got this line of symmetry. This is dotted line become our line of symmetry. Same way other diagonally also become our line of symmetry. Now this same shaded part we have shaded in another square. Same square, we identical square we have taken and we have drawn the shaded part. Now what we have to do, the question was that without these diagonal lines, there is another way to find line of symmetry in this figure. So yes, we have found that one horizontal and one vertical line, this is also a line of symmetry for this figure. So here we will write, yes, there is more than one way to draw line of symmetry. And another question, that this will the figure be symmetric about both the diagonals, as we have drawn two diagonals. Yes, at the both the diagonals this figure is symmetric. So we will write, yes, this figure will be symmetric about both the diagonals.